Ever feel like you're juggling a million things at once? One minute you're working on a big project, the next you're scrolling through your phone, then an email pops up, and suddenly 2 hours have passed and you've gotten nothing done. It's a frustrating cycle, right? We live in a world that's practically designed to distract us. But what if I told you that the secret to achieving your biggest goals, the one thing that separates the dreamers from the doers, is simply the power of focus? It sounds almost too simple, but today I want to share a story that completely changed my perspective on what it means to be truly focused and how it can unlock incredible potential within you. Imagine a young archer named Kael. He lived in a small village nestled in a valley, and his one dream was to win the kingdom's annual grand archery tournament. Everyone knew about this tournament. It wasn't just about hitting a target, it was a legendary test of skill, nerve, and precision. The final challenge was rumored to be impossible: hitting the heart of a golden apple from 100 paces away in windy conditions. Many had tried, but no one in a generation had succeeded. Kael trained day and night. He practiced his stance, his breathing, his release. He could hit a regular target with his eyes closed. But as the tournament approached, he felt a creeping sense of doubt. He saw other archers with stronger bows and more expensive arrows. He heard whispers in the village about how he was too young, too inexperienced. He started overthinking. Should he change his technique? Should he aim higher to account for the wind? His mind became a battlefield of what-ifs. The day of the tournament arrived. The air was buzzing with excitement and tension. Kael easily passed through the initial rounds. His raw talent was undeniable, but as the stakes got higher, the crowd grew louder. The pressure mounted. He could feel thousands of eyes on him, feel their expectations, their doubts. During the semi-finals, a gust of wind kicked up dust just as he released his arrow. He missed the bullseye by a hair. He still won the round, but the near failure shook him. His focus was fractured. He was no longer just shooting an arrow. He was battling the crowd, the wind, and the voice of doubt in his own head. His mentor, an old wise archer named Ilara, who had seen countless tournaments, pulled him aside before the final round. She didn't offer any technical advice. Instead, she asked him a simple question. "Kael, when you draw your bow, what do you see?" Kael, flustered, replied, "I see the target, the wind, the crowd, the other competitors. I see everything." Ilara smiled gently. "That is your problem. When you aim, there is no crowd, there is no wind, there is no prize. There is only you, the arrow, and the very center of the target. Nothing else exists. Let it all fade away." It was time for the final shot. The golden apple gleamed 100 paces away. The wind howled, just as the legends described. The stadium was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Kael took his place. He remembered Ilara's words. He closed his eyes for a moment and took a deep, slow breath. When he opened them, he didn't see the thousands of spectators. He didn't hear the whistling wind. He didn't think about the glory of winning or the shame of losing. His entire world shrank until it contained only 3 things: himself, the arrow resting on his bow, and a tiny, shimmering point of gold in the distance. Everything else became a blurry, silent backdrop. It was a state of pure, undiluted focus. In that moment of absolute clarity, he drew the string, held it for a heartbeat, and released. The arrow flew, a silent streak through the air, unerringly straight. It struck the golden apple, splitting it perfectly in 2. The crowd erupted, but for a second, Kael didn't even hear them. He was still in that bubble of perfect focus, watching the 2 halves of the apple fall. He had done it, not because he was the strongest or had the best equipment, but because, in the moment that mattered most, he had mastered his own mind. He had achieved true focus. Kael's story is more than just a tale about archery. It's a powerful metaphor for our own lives. How many times do we miss our targets because we're distracted? We're distracted by what other people are doing, by our fear of failure, by the endless notifications on our phones, by the pressure to succeed. We see the crowd, we feel the wind, and we lose sight of the apple. The ability to focus is a superpower in today's world. Think about it. When you're truly focused on a task, you enter a state of flow. Time seems to disappear. Your work feels effortless. You produce your best, most creative results. This is the state where great art is made, where scientific breakthroughs happen, where businesses are built. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter, with undivided attention. So how do we become more like Kael? How do we learn to block out the noise and aim for our own golden apples? It starts with small, intentional actions. First, define your target. What is the one most important thing you need to accomplish right now? Be specific. Instead of work on my project, try write the first 500 words of my report. A clear target is easier to aim for. Second, create your own bubble of focus. This means eliminating distractions. Put your phone in another room. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer. Find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Just like Kael blocked out the crowd, you need to block out your digital and physical noise. Even 25 minutes of uninterrupted, deep work can be more productive than 3 hours of distracted, shallow work. This technique, often called the Pomodoro Technique, is incredibly effective. Third, train your focus muscle. Your attention is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start with short bursts of focus and gradually increase the time. Meditation is a fantastic way to train this muscle. Just a few minutes a day of focusing on your breath can dramatically improve your ability to control your attention throughout the day. When you feel your mind wandering, and it will, gently guide it back to your target, just as Ilara guided Kael. Remember, focus isn't about forcing your mind to be still. It's about choosing where you direct your energy. It's about consciously deciding that for this period of time, only one thing matters. When you do that, you're not just getting a task done. You're telling your brain what's important. You're building momentum. You're proving to yourself that you are in control, not your impulses or your environment. The next time you feel overwhelmed and scattered, think of Kael. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what is my golden apple right now? Then let everything else fade away. The emails can wait. The social media feed will still be there later. In this moment, there is only you, your arrow, and your target. Master this, and you won't just hit your targets. You'll find you can achieve things you once thought were impossible. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you unlock your potential. Let me know in the comments what your golden apple is this week. Let's all get focused together. See you in the next video.